The first day of the month has arrived. Margaret, a 71-year-old widow living in Ohio, walks down to her mailbox just as she always does each morning. She picks up a single envelope. The sender's address reads Social Security Administration. She sits at her kitchen table and tears it open. Her hands begin to tremble. The notice tells her she was paid too much. It tells her she now owes the government $24,000. And it explains, beginning in 30 days, they intend to hold back her full monthly payment until the balance is recovered. Her whole payment, not a portion, not a fraction. Every cent of it. Margaret relies on that payment for her housing, her food, and her prescriptions. And in this moment, sitting at her kitchen table, she has no clue that she only has 30 days on to fight this, and that one small slip she's about to make will cost her every penny. If you collect Social Security, please stay right here. What I'm going to share could rescue you from losing thousands. I am Georgia. I work as a Senior Policy Analyst, and for many years I've guided retirees just like you through the rules that nobody takes the time to clarify, until the damage is already done. Today, I'll guide you point by point through the precise Social Security rule that became active on March 27, 2025, or a rule that permits the SSA to withhold 100% of your monthly retirement payment automatically, without a judge, without any court ruling, and without your approval. But I'll also reveal the 2 official documents that can halt this completely, provided you submit them before time runs out. And please, remain with me through the end, because there's one slip, a small, harmless-looking slip, that 9 in 10 seniors commit when this notice arrives. It's the line between holding on to your payment and losing it for many months. I'll spell out exactly what it is. Let me share Robert's story. Robert is 67 years old. He retired from a manufacturing position in Pennsylvania. He labored hard his entire life, contributed to Social Security with every paycheck, and began drawing his retirement payment when he turned 66. Robert is a cautious man. He settles his bills promptly. He files his receipts inside a shoebox. He reviews his checkbook every Sunday afternoon. Back in February, Robert took on some part-time hours at a hardware store, only a handful of hours weekly to stay active. He told himself, I'll let Social Security know about this soon. But weeks rolled into months. Life got busy. He forgot. In November, a notice arrived from the SSA. It stated that Robert had been overpaid by $9,400 because his part-time income pushed him just over the earnings threshold before reaching his full retirement age. The notice declared his payments would be completely withheld, beginning in 30 days. Robert grew anxious. He grabbed the phone, dialed the 1-800 number, and spent 40 minutes laying out his situation to a representative. The agent was courteous. She wrote everything down. Robert ended the call feeling at ease. He believed he had taken care of it. He had not. 31 days afterward, Robert opened his bank account on the morning his Social Security deposit was scheduled to land. The deposit displayed $0. You see, Robert committed the slip nearly every senior commits. He believed a phone call counted. He believed speaking with a person did the job. But under the SSA's official policy, only a written, properly submitted appeal or waiver can lawfully halt the withholding. A phone call does not pause collection. End of story. Robert went without his payment for 4 consecutive months before he eventually submitted the proper document. By that point, he had fallen behind on rent, fallen behind on his electric bill, and was borrowing funds from his daughter. Don't follow Robert's path. Let me walk you through exactly what you should do instead. Here is precisely what the policy states, directly from the Social Security Administration. The core rule. On March 7, 2025, the SSA revealed a significant policy shift. Beginning March 27, 2025, the agency restored what it labels the default withholding rate of 100%. This means if SSA concludes you were overpaid, even if the error came from their side, they can automatically hold back your full monthly Social Security payment until the balance is settled. No courtroom, no judge, automatic. This rule covers 4 categories of benefits: retirement benefits, survivor benefits, family benefits, and Social Security Disability Insurance, also called SSDI. If you collect Supplemental Security Income, SSI, your withholding stays limited at 10%. But for everyone else, the figure is 100%. Why this is happening? According to the SSA Office of the Inspector General's July 2024 report, the agency flagged roughly $71.8 billion in improper payments across fiscal years 2015 through 2022. The bulk of those were overpayments. The SSA projects that bringing back the 100% withholding rate will recoup approximately $7 billion across the coming decade. How overpayments happen. The majority of overpayments do not stem from fraud. They occur when a senior takes on part-time income and forgets to report it. A widow or widower experiences a marital status change. A person relocates and doesn't refresh their address. Or, and this matters, when SSA itself makes a calculation error. That's correct. Even when the slip belongs to them, you are the one who has to push back to correct it. The 30-day window, your most important right. Here is the single most critical sentence in this entire video. Please pay close attention. The SSA is required to wait at least 30 days from the date printed on the overpayment notice before any collection can start. And this is essential. If you submit a written appeal or a written waiver inside those 30 days, every collection action is legally paused until SSA delivers a written ruling. That window functions as your shield. Lose it, and the shield vanishes. The 2 forms, and don't mix them up. There are 2 official documents, and seniors mix them up regularly. Pay close attention. Form SSA 561. Request for reconsideration. Submit this if you don't agree, Martin, that you were overpaid, or you don't agree with the figure. Form SSA 632BK. Request for waiver of overpayment recovery. Submit this if you accept the overpayment occurred, but it was not your fault, and repaying it would create financial hardship. And there's a 3rd document many people aren't aware of. Form SSA 634. If you accept the balance but can't manage 100% withholding, this document lets you request a reduced monthly recovery amount that fits your budget. The waiver standard. Under the SSA's official rules, if you submit a waiver, the SSA is required to approve it when 2 conditions are met. First, the overpayment was not your fault, and second, repaying it would either leave you unable to cover everyday living costs or it would simply be unjust. That's the legal benchmark. It's printed in the SSA's own policy guide. The consequences, if you do nothing. If you set the notice aside, here is what unfolds. Your monthly payment drops to 0. For months, occasionally years, the Treasury can intercept your federal tax refund. They can garnish your wages if you remain employed. They can claim state tax refunds. And under the SSA's own published policy, if you pass away before the balance is settled, your surviving spouse or dependents can take on the debt. If they draw from your earnings record, that's why those 30 days carry so much weight. There's 5. The action plan. 3 steps. HR 10-0. If an overpayment notice ever lands in your mailbox, or you want to be prepared just in case, here are the 3 precise steps to take. Step 1. Look at the date printed on the notice the moment it shows up. Circle that date. Mark it on your calendar. Then count ahead 30 days and circle that day too. That second day is your cutoff. Everything you do, every form, every signature, must be postmarked or filed online before that day. Don't delay. Don't assume. Step 2. File the right document in writing. Never depend on a phone call. If you think SSA is mistaken about the overpayment or the figure, submit. Form SSA 561. If you accept the overpayment but can't manage repayment, submit. Form SSA 632 BK's app. You can locate both documents on ausa.gov forms, or you can request them at your nearby Social Security office. Photocopy them for your files before mailing. Send them by certified mail with return receipt, or upload them through your My Social Security account online so you possess proof of filing. Step 3. Maintain a full paper trail and request a personal conference if necessary. Hold on to every letter. Hold on to every form. Hold on to every receipt. If your waiver appears headed for denial, you hold the legal right to request a more personal conference with an SSA representative by phone or face-to-face, where you can present your documents and walk through your situation before any final ruling is issued. Most seniors aren't aware this right exists,